good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to Just to Go Love Spurs. I feel like I've been away forever. I can't even remember when my last stream was. I think it was Tuesday, but it feels like I've been away forever. But we're back, and I'm back with lovely Chang today. Mr. Chang, how are you?
I'm doing very, very well here in Southeast Asia. Mrs. Boxell, thank you very much for having me. I know it seems like it feels like it's been such a long time since your last stream, and I believe that was compounded really by the Spursless, worry-free weekend we've all had, just sitting back, relaxing, watching all the other Premier League teams go about their business with or without Spurs. So here we are. And let's get into the weekend's fixtures and maybe even preview this coming weekend's home match against Crystal Palace.
Yes, indeed, we shall. It does feel like it's been ages. I had a nice relaxing weekend down at my sister's, so I'm back full and fresh. Jim's a little bit sore today with his arm because he overdone it over the weekend. So he's having a rest. But let's have a quick look who's in the chat. We've got DJ Samuel, who's been a manager, a member for a month. Big up, DJ. A member. We've got our members draw live tomorrow at 1 o'clock for the Bentancur signed picture. So that's coming up tomorrow. Big up, Mr. Chris Agambar. Hope you are well. Good afternoon, Potato Stew. Hope you're good. Ben's in the house. Hi, Ben. Hope you're well, lovely. Joey Barton says 12:30 was originally advertised. I'd like to speak to the manager. I am the manager. Speak away. I was running late. Sorry. What can I say? I know GBC. It has been ages. Good to see you. It feels so long. Sammy Jamsa. Good afternoon from Sweden. I don't think I've seen you before. Welcome to the channel. I hope you're feeling good and everything's well with you. Side Dancer or You Are Dancer. 2 names. Hope you're well. Good to see you. AJ's in the building. He's saying, good afternoon, Kate and Chang. Big up, AJ. Hope you're well. Is Chang doing a Vaseline advert? Why? Why is he asking that? What have I missed?
That's a very good question. I'm not even going to try and second guess what did he see or what did I do that would allude to him asking if this was a Vaseline advertisement.
Horn Dogs in the house says this has been such a stop-start season. I just don't get it. All these breaks they get these days. I know it's outrageous. Big up Potter Mac. Hope you are well. Mia's in the house. Hi Mia. Hope you're good. Lovely. A weekend not ruined by Spurs or the boredom of international football. Wasn't it great? Yes, it was. And Chelsea losing, even better. Massive big up Aaron Lawrence. Hope you are well. It feels so long. I've heard that so many times. This has been I've just read that. It must have been put out twice. Big up Daniel E. Good to see you. Afternoon Stuart 727. GBC says I think it's because your cam is a bit smudged, Chang, like there's something on it. Yeah, it is a little bit blurry in the corner. I don't know why.
I think it might be right. I think it could be. It is because I think it will be moisture. It might have been a bit of a moisture that got into my laptop on the way back from work because it is raining. It is pelting down out there right now here in Kuala Lumpur, the capital of Malaysia. And maybe there might have been some moisture that got into the web camera of my laptop. So I'm going to have to take a look into that. I apologize that I didn't get enough time to actually preview this. I might try and work my way around it as we go through the stream, hopefully. But otherwise, I'm just going to try and move away from that smudge to
I was going to say it's not that
make
bad.
my appearance not too blurry.
It's not too bad. Yes,
Okay,
the blue billion bottle job.
Let's just plow through first, and I'll just work on that camera as we go through.
Excellent. Shemtan, good afternoon. Said afternoon, Princess Kate, and to the kindest man on YouTube, Chang. There you go. Can't say nicer than that, can you? Chang has started OnlyFans. Mia's being rude as always. Is Bergwijn a serious transfer target? Not sure I spelt his name correctly. Bergwijn. I don't know who that is. I've no idea. To be perfectly honest,
really appreciate that.
I don't actually think. I don't know. I've been away from football completely this weekend. It's been bliss. Yeah, we can see you, Chang. To make Chelsea's misery
Bergwijn,
worse, who is injured? Yes, he is again.
Steven Bergwijn.
Not Stephen Bergwijn. That's not who we're linked to, surely. Oh, Bergville.
I
Oh, I
haven't
don't.
seen the rumors on this, unfortunately, so I can't comment on that. But it would appear that he was trying to say Bergwijn, maybe, or are we being linked back to him as well? I
I've
haven't
no
seen the
idea.
latest transfer rumors on that yet. I might look into that now that the weekend fixtures are over with. Or
Oh,
Bergvall,
yeah,
yes,
we signed him.
Bergvall. I think it means Lucas Bergvall.
Yeah, who
Yep.
comes in the summer, right? Revenite, where are you? There you are. Congratulations on Liverpool's win. Wasn't the best game, but it did make my Sunday better, especially as my brother-in-law is a Chelsea fan as well. So, but yeah, it wasn't the best game, but a good result. So yeah, all good. Before I forget, I'm just going to announce that Jim and I are actually coming to the North London Derby as well on the 27th of April. We've got tickets. It'll be my first ever Tottenham Arsenal game. I've never ever been to a Tottenham Arsenal game ever. So we're
Wow.
coming, and yeah,
Wow.
do you know
I am
what? I'm so
so envious
excited.
of that.
Big, massive
Make a
thank
lot of
you.
noise, raise the roof, take as many photos, take as many videos as you can, just soak up the atmosphere, really get it all in, enjoy the moments, and hopefully there will be a positive result come the end of the 90 minutes at the final whistle, hopefully. Here's
Hopefully.
hoping.
But yeah, lovely Paddy Hartnett managed to sort Jim and I out 2 tickets. So we shall be at the new stadium on the 27th. So hopefully meet up with loads of people. I know that Leo will be there. He's coming over from Denver, so that'll be good. But yeah, we might as well start, Chang, with I suppose it was the big game of the weekend because it was the final. And yeah, Liverpool children won, Chelsea nil. What did you make of the game?
It was a game that I feel was there for the taking for Chelsea if only the likes of Cole Palmer and Conor Gallagher had put away their chances
Yeah,
that were presented to them in the first half. It would be a completely different game altogether. Although, make no mistake about it, in the second half, Liverpool were completely on top and they should have taken the lead with that Virgil van Dijk goal that was ruled offside by VAR. But make no mistake about it, I still feel that the game was there for the taking for Chelsea to win it had they been more clinical in front of goal, especially Conor Gallagher bearing down on Kelleher. I believe that was a good name, the
yep,
goalkeeper who was
yeah, it
standing
was.
in for Edison Kelleher. Yep, he did very well. He did magnificently well. But other than that, yeah, it's another one of those route finals for Pochettino. And this is actually becoming a bit of a habit now for Pochettino and cup finals, where he still can't find a way to force the issue or to make it matters where it counts. So again, congratulations, I have to say, first and foremost to Liverpool, who really knew what they were doing. Props where props is due. Jurgen Klopp is the mastermind. He has somehow or rather managed to win with youngsters, with the youth from Liverpool, and I only hope that that is what Big Ange and Scott Levy have in mind for Tottenham Hotspur. I could really make do with some of our youth players actually taking that next step. The way some of these Liverpool players are doing it for Liverpool in cup finals, I really hope that's the case. But what can I say? It was an entertaining final. The scoreline is a bit flattering, the 1-0, when it looks set to be headed into penalties. But we got the winner in extra time. And congratulations once again to Liverpool Football Club for the 10th, I believe it's the record 10th League Cup win for them.
Yep, yep. big up first of all to my niece as well, who's just come in. She's actually starting a new show with me on Thursday. Every other Thursday, me and Amelia will be, how can I put it, investigating the world's biggest conspiracy theories and theories in general. It's called Queries and
Wow.
Theories. We're going to be questioning
Wow.
evolution, because we don't believe in most of the stuff we get told, and we get laughed at all the time. So we're bringing a new show every other Thursday. Something's a bit different, not really football. Well, it isn't football. So yeah, it starts this week. So that should be fun.
It sounds absolutely fun. Yes, very, very
it
fun.
will be lots of fun. Fun. Let's talk about Chelsea's £200 million midfielders go out, controlled by two youngsters from Liverpool, don't even have a picture on FIFA. Do you know what? I thought Conor Gallagher was so wasteful, so wasteful on that game. I can understand the Chelsea fans' frustrations with him because he was just so wasteful. I thought Kelleher was incredible. That Virgil van Dijk showing what a captain should do. He was brilliant. But yeah, I agree. I think the scoreline was flattering on Chelsea's part, really. I thought Liverpool outplayed them all over the pitch. Oh yeah, look, we're kind of colour coordinated, green and yellow. But I've got my if sputs and monkey nuts on, and Chang's got his trusty Hewlett Packard Spurs shirt on. Wagwan Miss Kate, the newly crowned grandma, well, step grandma, and I'm not really old enough to be a grandma. Please don't say that. Are Chelsea as a football institution dead and buried? Very good question. Very, very good question. It's going to take them a long time, I think, to get back to where they once were, if they ever do. I mean, I don't know what you think about it, Chang.
I feel that they are going in the right direction. They are taking steps in the right direction. Don't get me wrong. Don't let this League Cup loss and also Chelsea's current league position fool you. On the day when they have the right players and they are playing the right kind of football that is expected from Maurizio Pochettino, that made him magic to begin with, to the White Hart Lane faithful for that many years when he was with us. I believe that they can still mount a serious challenge given the time and also the resources to assemble the kind of squad that Pochettino likes to put out on match days. And if this League Cup loss is going to be used as a sort of platform for them to try and move forward from this and maybe finish the season on a high, mount a strong challenge to maybe finish within the top 5 or top 6 for them, if that's still within their capabilities of doing so. I believe Chelsea are a sleeping giant that are not to be trifled with, especially if Todd Bowley, if I'm pronouncing his name correct, if Todd Bowley invests properly in the youth in the Chelsea Academy that has been so well known for all these starlets and youngsters that have come up almost like uh, off the conveyor belt, the likes of a Tammy Abraham, a Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Reece James, just to name a few. If they can actually get their act together, I believe they are still a force to be reckoned with. Make no mistake about it. Chelsea are not over the hill and done for by any means necessary. By any mean any by
I know what you're trying to
any
say,
means.
but
Yes.
yeah, they're a long way off being done. I agree, and I think we've seen. Was it City they beat the other day, or drew, or beat? I can't remember, but we've seen that they can play brilliant. We've
They
seen
haven't beaten
sparks
City in
of
a
it.
long, long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
So
can. Yes, they can. They can play
yeah,
brilliant on the day.
it's just it's all got to click into place. But I think it's foolish if anyone thinks they're finished. And I don't expect them to be where they are at the moment next year. I think they will kick in at some point. So it's just whether they allow Poch to have the time to do it or they move on to somebody else. That will remain to be seen. Big up Paddy, here he is, the wonderful man that's got us tickets to the Arsenal game. Thank you so much, Paddy. By the way, Endo, 16 million dominating Enzo and Casado, £250 million midfield. My samurai what player, I'm so proud of him. Yeah, they were shown up. to be fair. I'm just happy Chelsea didn't win. Thank God I couldn't have stood it if Poch had one of those chances of Chelsea. Do you know what? I was devastated. I would have been absolutely devastated if they'd have won. Thought Van Dijk showed a lot of class, 100 million%. A lot of people were writing him off not that long ago, and he's come back and shown form is temporary, class is permanent, as they say. Yep, getting in form for the Euros. Well, this current model Chelsea are using is dead and buried. Yeah, I agree, but I think that will change. Poch is a bottle job. Big up, Mark. Yes, we are. Sorry, Mark. Sorry that your team lost. I did scream the house down when Liverpool scored. I'm not going to lie to you, but I did think of you. So, yeah, they were bottlers. Poch came out, didn't he, and said he was playing for penalties. Bananas. We miss you, Ellie. Come back soon to stream with us. We miss you. Bobby K's in the house. Big up, Bobby. Congratulations to your boy on winning gold over the weekend for his football. Woo! Championes and all that. So big up to Bobby. Lee Smithy Smith says, Bonjour, Miss Kate, Mr. Chang, Senior. Don't get me gassed. Did I hear you guys correctly? We're linked Birdwine. I want him back. No, we're not. No, we're not, Lee. We don't want any more Deadwood. We've got Richarlison already. Big up Tony Luxor. Hope you are well. Don't forget, everyone, we've got our members draw tomorrow during the show. So someone will be winning that Benton Kerr signed picture. Coys. Invest properly, you say. If Chelsea don't start getting European football, he ain't investing in shit. He needs European revenue. I know. FFP. Eek. Exactly, Daniel. Bowley's in trouble if they miss out on Europe. The knobhead spent so much money on Dross. Kate, people said that last time. I don't expect Chelsea to be where they are this year. And look, they're exactly there again. And this is 2 seasons. This ain't a one-off. I hope you're right. I really do hope you're right. I'm not going to lie. Sorry, Mark. Bergwijn, Leicester City and Man City debut hero, but rest iffy, Lee. Kev Williams, big up to you with his picture of... Is that Kevin? Yeah, Roland Rat's friend. Hi, Kate. Hi, everyone. Can you see the League Cup existing in a few years? I think it will be discontinued in the near future. Shocking to hear the prize money Liverpool received for winning was £100,000. Is that all it is now? This is why so many teams don't take it seriously. But, I mean, it's still a trophy. There's still prestige there. When you compare it to Champions League money or even just finishing in the top 4, it's
shocking if that's true.
Yep, it is. Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
But I would think that they'd be quite happy to get rid of it.
Agreed.
But
I completely agree.
hope they don't. I like it. It's another trophy that you have a chance to win. So I like it, but the money's awful. I think if Chelsea manages to get
Let's not forget that's the last trophy we won.
Yeah, I know, Chang. Don't remind me. Did he? My God, I haven't seen anything. Not wanting to watch any of it. That makes me worse now that he came out and owned up to that. Yeah, he did. Oh my God, I screamed my house down too, Kate. Sorry. Yeah, I did. My brother-in-law's Chelsea as well, so he wasn't particularly happy. But sorry, Lee, but we don't want Stephen Bergwijn back. We've got enough rubbish as it is. Exactly, winning a cup is priceless. I'd love to win a cup. It's been so long. But yeah, I agree that the money should be increased. It's madness. I didn't realise it was quite that low, but I've seen Bergwijn so much for the national team, and I can say he's not worth returning. He did well under Van Gaal, but has been shit ever since. Ellie, I get it with you guys, but Arsenal fans coming out and trying to have a go is laughable. Yeah, Arsenal would have loved to have won the cup. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't mock anyone for going for it and winning it. I don't think it's a 2-bob cup, but I didn't want Chelsea to win. Jim was quite happy for you. He did say, don't be mean to me. He said, think of Mark as well, but I can't help it. My dislike for Chelsea runs too deep. Big up Nithin with a super chat. Says one option is to revamp the whole competition. 100%. I think that's a good idea. They need to do something to bring some prestige back to it. It's kind of mocked a little bit now. People go, oh, it's only the League Cup. Whereas years ago, it was a massive, massive achievement to win the League Cup. But But yeah, I agree with this as well. This is why Levy has zero interest in winning domestic cups. There's no financial value comparing it to the top four. Big up Mick Dundee, good to see you. What else we got? They haven't won or been anywhere near a final, but big up young players, but Poch helped. Yeah. I don't know if I don't know. Can they afford to sack Poch? I mean, I don't know if you've seen it, Chang. A lot of people saying they can't afford to sack him because of FFP. Alarming to see Porro and Udogi underperforming. Big up Bobby K. Want to talk to each other? No, it's definitely not personal, Mark. 100 million% it's not personal. I've just had so much stick from Chelsea fans over the years. That's all it is. But for your benefit, I would have been happy for you had you have won, of course. Oh, you're thinking go in the summer? Okay. Well, about Chang. I think it's pretty obvious now that Poch has no control of that team. At least Potter was friends with the players. Did anyone see as well when they went up to pick their medals? Poch blanked Todd Bowley and Todd Bowley blanked Poch. They didn't shake hands. Very telling indeed. But yeah, I think everyone that's saying that he's going to go in the summer is probably right. Still don't understand why Poch took that job. He's managed to kill his ties with Tottenham by doing it. He's tarnished his own reputation. I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Chang?
I feel that Pochettino was just doing right by his family by getting whatever job came his way after he was unceremoniously booted out at a PSG. I believe he was out of a job even before the World Cup when he was doing that uh, World Cup coverage. I believe it was either for Sky or ITV or one of
Yeah,
those television channels in Qatar. I remember him covering the World Cup rather comprehensively last winter. And to me, it's no surprise that he's back in London because that's where he actually made a name for himself over in N17. And to see him in some form or other back in the Premiership is actually good. That he's still trying his best to win something on British soil. Although given how he chose Chelsea over maybe a Crystal Palace or a Fulham, maybe even a Millwall for all I care. But to go to Chelsea, yeah, that has somewhat tarnished his reputation amongst the Spurs fans. Although I wouldn't really go so far and look too much into his tenure over at Chelsea because we have to remember we ourselves we have appointed as many as three former Chelsea managers in the past decade or so, starting with ABB and then moving on to Jose Mourinho and finally Antonio Conte. Although none of them worked out, but we did see what those managers were made up of when they signed for Tottenham Hotspur. And if Pochettino were to do that for Chelsea after having managed us, I wouldn't begrudge him at all. In fact, I was actually kind of hoping that he would create an upset. Although this is going to be a bit controversial, and I'm going to get some pelters and some hate messages from this, but I was actually hoping for Pochettino to somehow or other avenge his Champions League final defeat to Jurgen Klopp. I actually had this League Cup final down as a revenge grudge match between Pochettino and Jurgen Klopp for what happened in the Champions League final in Madrid 5 years ago in 2019. So this was round two, and sad as it may be, I'm sorry, Pochettino, but even with the resources at your disposal, even against a very young and youthful Liverpool squad, you still somehow rather sold yourself short by not making the most of the opportunity to lift your first silverware in British competition on British soil. So maybe, just maybe, in hindsight, it was a bullet dodged by Spurs by not reappointing him
hmm
to a lesser extent, and I am really really understanding the lyrics as to why we are loving Big Ange instead, and we can just forget all our we can forget all the Pochettinos and Christian Grosses that have already
yeah.
come before.
Exactly, I agree. Nathan with another super chat. Thank you so much. Said if England's getting 5th Champions League spot, it should be given to the Legend Cup winners.
League Cup winners.
I
I believe he's mentioning League Cup winners.
Oh, the League Cup winners. Oh, okay. I mean,
Yep.
even if they give it to the League Cup winners, Liverpool were going to finish in the top 4 anyway. So, unless I don't know.
So maybe that means there's an extra spot.
Yeah, maybe. Be interesting to see. I've heard different things. Some people have said that England look like they're going to get it, and others have said Italy look like they're going to get the extra spot. I don't know what's going on. When I say reputation, Joey, what I mean was that I know that Poch didn't win anything with Spurs, but he was loved at Spurs, and I think he achieved a lot. Without winning, he got us to a Champions League final, which most of us never thought would happen. And he tarnished that by going to Chelsea. And I still think he was quite highly thought of, even though he went to PSG and it didn't work out there. I still think he had quite a high sort of ceiling, but I think this will tarnish him a bit like Graham Potter. He was so highly rated, and then he's gone to Chelsea and he's still out of work now. Who Chelsea will get in if they get rid of Poch, I do not know. I think they need a big name and someone that's not scared to make difficult decisions, a Simeone, somebody like that. But whether they get someone like that, I don't know. Pottermax says, in my opinion, Ange is an astute tactician. City versus us 3-3. We had 37% ball possession, brought in Højbjerg. We had 55, second half, played 4 midfielders and pinned Rodri back. Yeah, I think he needs to show it a little bit more, but he is still new to the job. Why do Spurs fans proper rate average players? Yeah, some do. Like Richarlison, Lee Smithy Smith. I'm looking at you. Bowley will be patient. He's done so with other managers. He has for his other sports teams, and they all end up winning. I can see Poch being here in summer and would bet on it. Wow, Bobby. I'll never forgive Poch for starting Winks over an inform Mora. I know. Jose hardly played him because he's a beep, but the minutes he did play, you can't say he was rubbish because he won us games. I think we're still talking about Stephen Bergwijn. GBC fan, they're going to go after Ruben Amorim. Again, spelt it wrong, but I hope you get who I mean. Tried twice already. I don't know who that is.
I believe he's a midfielder. I could be wrong. Ruben Almiron. It could be Almiron, not Amorim. Ruben Almiron. If the name rings a bell to you.
Okay.
Almiron.
Prasad starting a half-inch cane over Mora was a crime. Yeah. I mean, we could all blame Poch. We'll never know what would have happened if he'd have played Mora instead of Kane. Who knows? Ifs, buts and monkey nuts and all that. This same man used our 2 defensive fullbacks and Royale Davis as attacking inverted fullbacks. What's your opinion? Yeah, this is what I'm saying. But I think he needs better tools for the job. I think Ange is a good manager. I think he's got some great ideas. I just think he needs to be backed and get the right players in to play his system the way he wants to play it. Ruben Amorim is a brilliant manager. Oh, he's a manager. I've never ever heard of him. I'm not gonna lie, no idea. Yeah, maybe LA. Let's hope so. Let's hope we get top 5. Starting sort of left wing back versus Chelsea was a disgrace. Agreed. All these things Poch has done wrong. It's making me think back to all these mistakes he made. Crossover managers don't seem to work. The fans never truly take to them with their hearts because of previous ties, and it feeds through to the players, in my opinion. Quite possible. They already tried twice, but he is my choice as well, Revenite. Big up, Leo. Good to see you, lovely. Hope you are well. Good to see you. FA Cup should get 4th spot. League Cup, give more money. Yeah, see. Who knows? They'll do whatever suits them best. It should be given to the final cup winners, the Champions League, the oldest cup competition in history, and the FA Cup, a competition with proper history.
Yep.
Oh, everyone's got an opinion about it.
Yep.
Oh, Joey Barton's throwing a spanner in the works and saying, astute tactician, I've heard it all now. He was done by Wolves manager twice. It's hard to disagree with that. All I can say is he's still new to the league. I think we need to give him more
Agree.
time.
But you must
But
remember that the Wolves manager himself is quite new to the league as well, and he's already done a
exactly.
double over Big Ange
Hmm.
this season, which is the most disappointing thing I feel between those two home and away defeats to Wolverhampton Wanderers by the same 2-1 scoreline, which just adds insult to injury, if you ask me.
Okay. Oh, he's the Sporting Lisbon manager. Um, Couva Bear's here. Says Timo Werner is going to be the GOAT. No, only joking. I've popped my meds and I'm off my tits. Big up, big up. Big up, Kuva. Good to see you. I think we are quite arrogant when our clubs say domestic cups are okay, but we've got bigger fish to fry. Well, give us the batter so we can fry that fish. Yeah, I don't think any club should disregard trophies. That's my opinion. No game match last week for Tottenham Hotspurs. No, obviously there was some games this weekend. We've done the cup final. Massive result for Arsenal again. I don't know what else to say about Arsenal. I still think there's a good, massive chance they're going to win the league. I think they look a different gravy at the minute. I don't like saying it, but at the same time, I can't not say it because it's true. They look so dangerous all the time. For me, they look the best. The team that are playing the best look the most dangerous. And I just can't see anyone stopping them at the minute. I mean, how do you feel about them, Chang? Not how you feel about them, because we all know everyone hates Arsenal, but how you think about how they're playing.
I'm really interested to see how this season pans out for Arsenal, especially now that we're coming to the business end of the season. Uh, with regards to the results and the number of goals that they're scoring at will right now, just for fun, it's all coming together for Mikel Arteta, and this could be one of those seasons in which everything just goes their way. The way Manchester City themselves are actually struggling with league form and also goals in the league. So this could very well be Arsenal season. Arsenal season, provided they don't slip up now. From between now to the end of the season, the way they have in previous seasons. With regards to their league form, I would honestly say right now that I would take a draw at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium even before the ball is been kicked. If you would offer me a draw right here, right now, because I wouldn't want to play them at this moment in time with the kind of football that they are playing and the big inch ball that we are playing. This isn't the right time to face them unless they get some massive injuries to their squad or they themselves come a cropper with their own league form or they shoot themselves in the foot with some bad managerial decisions or substitutions from between now and the end of the season. I can't see them dropping too many more points realistically until maybe they face the top three again. That's going to decide the title in April and May. So if Arsenal continues on in this current trajectory, yes, they will be there in amongst the top two. Uh, Given their current form, I would say the league title is theirs to lose. Although the way Jurgen Klopp masterminded that League Cup victory for Liverpool, I wouldn't be surprised if he has a say about that before the end of the season. So it's going to be an exciting end of the season. But I will still hold out that Manchester City are going to pull a big, big, big rabbit out of the hat and still pip everybody else to the title this season above Arsenal and Liverpool.
Wow, you still think City are going to do it?
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm still holding my cards relatively high to my chest at the moment, but I have a sneaky feeling that Manchester City are still going to be there and abouts at the end of the season with a big say in proceedings as to who's going to be champions this season.
I have to say, of all the games to go and see, to go and watch Tottenham Arsenal at the moment with Arsenal flying and us playing the way we're playing, I hope it's not an absolute disastrous result when we go, because people will think I'm the kiss of death. Yeah, they're quite a frightening prospect, I think, at the minute, Arsenal. Pottermac says, Chang, I'd love to hear your opinion of why Ange thought it would work to play Roy out and Davies as an inverted attacking fullbacks.
Okay, so I've actually deliberated this for over a week now, since our disappointing loss last Saturday afternoon, and the my own answers actually, or rather my own conclusions that I've drawn from that league loss have surprised and rather taken me aback when I realized that it's not so much as to who is actually playing in the fullback, but rather how we utilize the players that we have at our disposal. Don't get me wrong, I rewatched it a couple of times, and Emerson Royal and Davis didn't really do much wrong when called upon to play in the pockets around the edge of the penalty boxes and try to find players or runners that just weren't there to begin with. So it's not so much a case of why we didn't get it right with them, but rather how we got it wrong when they were on the pitch and everyone else just wasn't tune into what they were doing. And this comes back to something that I believe I brought up on multiple occasions with Miss Ash on Talk and Ball, whereby we very rarely give the likes of Ben Davis and Emerson Royal a chance when Udogi and Podro are flying in the squad. And this comes back to my early seasons debate as to whether or not we should rest Udogi and Poro if given the chance to substitute them during matches. Because when Davis and Royal were playing for us, I felt that it's not so much whom they can't find, but rather who was there making the runs, who was there at the end of their crosses, or who was there making the off the ball movements that allowed them to find other players in space. Often it was no end product because the players who should be there or the players that should be making those runs just weren't there on the day. And this has to be addressed if either Udogi or Poro aren't available this coming weekend against Palace. I feel that it's not so much as whom we are going to deploy down those flanks, but rather what should be done when playing against teams that set up a low block the way Wolves did last Saturday. And it's not just Wolves actually this season that has done that. If you look at Manchester City at home this season in that disappointing FA Cup defeat, where we lost from that late corner, it's the same scenario whereby we had Udogi and Poro, but again, the players just weren't there at the end of the crosses or making those runs or being in the right positions at the right place at the right time to get on the end of those balls that our fullbacks were trying to wing it in into the penalty box for us to do any kind of damage to the opposition. I hope that from between last Saturday and this coming Saturday at 3 p.m. before our kickoff against Crystal Palace, that Big Ange would have somehow worked out a system in which, if it is not working for the fullbacks, we fall back to something more rudimentary and old school to just create opportunities for maybe, say, Madison or Pape Matasar or Bissouma to dribble into the box or maybe make use of the wide players, a Brennan Johnson, a Timo Werner, even a Kulusevski on the wing. If it's Manor Solomon, then so be it. But something has to change if the inverted fullbacks doesn't work, Miss Kate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with everything you said. Before I forget, massive big up to Cooves. Just gifted 5 memberships. Anyone who got one of these memberships, I'll tell you who it was. It was Ellie, Bill, Chris Agenbar, Erwin, and Mick Dundee. You'll all be entered into the draw tomorrow to win that Benton Kerr signed picture, same as this one, but Benny. So big up, Coover. Thank you so much. So generous. You didn't need to do that, so thank you. I still think Man City will win it, says Ellie. The fullbacks need to be upgraded, but you can say that for the entire, we have had a low block problem for years, but what can I expect as a fan when all our midfielders other than Madison are the same? Yeah, yeah, completely get that. I think we need to do a lot of upgrading this summer. Not going to lie. I agree with that. And someone else asked a question as well. Oh, Ellie. She said, "Do you think Poch is damaged goods right now, or do you feel he can turn it around?" I personally think he can turn it around. I really do. I think they need to persevere with him. I think sacking him, bringing someone else in, they're just going to keep going round in that circle. Do you agree, Chang, or would you get rid?
I completely agree with Queen Ellie on this, as in Chelsea and Todd Bowley really have to get behind Pochettino now. Don't write off this League Cup loss as nothing more than a learning step or a learning curve that they themselves have to get over. You must realize that Pochettino himself has done so much more than Big Ange has by bringing Chelsea to a cup final that Big Ange himself couldn't even get past the first hurdle. If you remember that very disappointing loss away at Fulham at the beginning of the season, I believe it was only the third round, like if memory serves me right. And Pochettino himself went all the way to the final, although yet again he has failed to deliver in yet another cup final for a London club, which is becoming a bit of a trend for him right now. But if I were Todd Bowley, I would completely stick to Pochettino, for I believe that things will finally come good for him if
Hmm.
and when the Chelsea board stick with him and invest in the proper and correct players for him to work with.
Yep, I completely agree. Neil Shafton says, "Big up to you, Neil." Says, "Let Ange coach and we watch. This guy's won everywhere he has been, so I think he knows better than any of us his squad and game plan for everyone." Yeah, yeah, I get that, but I think we will always criticise and put our five penneth worth in because that's just what we do. Tick Ranks, big up to you, says the board need to back Ange. Ange needs wingers who can beat their man, players who can dribble into the box. I think we all agree with that. Our wingers are just, they've got to be upgraded. Just, I can't cope with our wingers. I'm not going to lie. I can't cope with them at all. Liverpool have too many injuries at the wrong time. I agree with Chang. They have the experience to get the title over the line and better players than Arsenal. That's about Man City winning it. And Philly also says this is a two-horse race between Liverpool and City. Arsenal will drop off. Liverpool have momentum. Let's see if they can win more silverware. I think Arsenal are going to win it. I really hope all yous are right. I really do. But I just think there's something different, feels different this year. But hopefully I'm making it up and it's not going to happen. Cooper says players need to prove they can play Ange Ball. If they can't, they can pee off in the summer. Ruthless overhaul of the squad in progress. Yes, agreed. I have to say, Mark, I thought Gallagher was awful. Um, we spoke about it very briefly at the beginning of the stream, didn't we, Chang? That he just missed so many chances.
Yes, we did.
He just,
Yes, we
I,
did. Yes, we
I
did.
don't know. I don't know what it is with Chelsea. They seem to want to try and walk the ball into the net. Now everyone's scared to have a go, but it was so frustrating. And I'm not a Chelsea fan, so how you felt, Mark? I've no idea.
But this also feels a lot this actually there are a lot of parallels between Chelsea's performance in the League Cup final with our own loss to Wolves at home, in which we saw time and time again the likes of Son Heung-min, Kulusevski, even Madison and Richarlison at times when they had chances, half chances, no less, but they still had a chance to take a shot or two from range, and they didn't want to do it. Somehow or other, they wanted to walk the ball into the opposition net themselves. And I feel that that has to change at some point. I could be wrong, but maybe this could be very specific and direct instructions from Big Ange himself to not waste those opportunities, to not take pot shots and give the ball needlessly back to the opposition. But if we can't walk the ball into the net, then something has to change, because
Hmm.
insanity is defined by doing the same thing over and over and over again with no end result. And that seems to be the case for us and Chelsea this weekend.
Yep, I can't agree more with what you're saying. 100%. I've got to ask the chat this. I don't know if I'm being blonde, but isn't it unusual to have Tottenham Arsenal playing on a Saturday at 3 o'clock? Because that means it's not on the telly. I keep saying to Jim, I think it'd get changed, but I don't know if that's common. But I thought Arsenal and Tottenham were always on telly, or Tottenham Arsenal, but it's on at 3 o'clock, which I thought was a bit bizarre. Big up Wilton says, hope Poch doesn't turn it around, just leaves Chelsea chasing their tail like a dog. Mark says, Philly, it makes it worse when it's against boys playing their second and third games. Yeah, exactly, Chang. It was actually quite, it was unreal. I saw the video of one of the boys that played for Liverpool in the cup final going back to school on Monday and getting a standing ovation from his classmates.
Wow.
That is bonkers.
Wow.
That is absolutely
Wow.
bonkers.
That is
He's
unreal.
doing his GCSEs or something. It was
That
just
is
crazy.
something.
So
That
yeah,
is something that he's going to be talking about for a long, long, long time to come.
Exactly. People want us to spend 60 million on Gallagher. Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. Arsenal, one defeat from disaster. Their mentality will be questioned when they lose, and we all know last season is what haunts them. Yeah, that is true. Big up, Colin. Good to see you. Hope you're well, and all is good with you. And your mum's feeling a bit better, bless her. Werner's been fine, just his crosses have not been very good so far. He's had problems, and Gallagher is having problems, so maybe it's a Chelsea curse, but we need to have better crossers. Yep, completely agree. We have to start stepping up and stop all this passing side to side. Just do what Kulu did to Saar with that fabulous ball. Defence splitting passes, so Madders has to step up too. Yeah, and Kunku also missed a big chance. So did Palmer as well. Completely picked the wrong shot instead of hammering the ball. He went for a side foot finish, giving Gallagher an opportunity to save it. And you know what? He's injured again. I've just seen that he's injured again in Kunku. He can't catch a break, unfortunately for him. Just wanted to let everyone know I got
Chelsea's own Ryan Sessegnon. And Kunku
yeah,
is Chelsea's own Ryan Sessegnon.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. Colin saying, just wanted to let everyone know I got confused due to the time change. The members calling show on Talker Boys at 4 p.m. Is that today? 4 p.m. today, members calling show. Our members calling show is next Thursday. This Thursday is my theories and queries with my niece. Next Thursday will be the members show again. But make sure you head over to Talk and Ball at 4 o'clock for their members show. Yeah, I will. I've got the thingy here. Yeah, here. Make sure you go and subscribe as well. And also, like I say, their members show will be at 4, so you can call in. It will be moved, yeah. Oh my god. Well, we're going down for that from Lincoln. When will I know? And what will it do? Will it still be a Saturday or will it be moved to a Sunday? Oh my god. See, now I'm stressing. North London Derby will be moved. I thought it would. It's the playing for penalties. I feel we were playing for pens in the Champions League final.
I hope it's confirmed a month before the actual game.
Okay. The game hasn't been given a slot yet. It will be an early or late kickoff. Okay. Not that it matters because I'll be away. We'll be down there for a few days, so it doesn't matter. But big up Richo says, afternoon, Kate. 4 points back up to 15, 5 points above relegation. West Ham win last night. Happy days at last. Yes, but Richo, you will be getting another 6 points coming off, I believe. That's what they were saying on Sky. So you may be heading straight back down there again. But I'm pleased for you. I think 6 points is fair. But yeah, I have some new emotes today, so head on over after Kate's show finished. Yes, I shall redirect Ben, don't worry. Far too much passing around the box allows defence to clog the lanes and not give any player time and space to get a clear chance when there's no one to block a shot. It will be Sunday. Okay, at 4 p.m. Okay, it doesn't, like I say, it doesn't actually really matter to us. But I just would like to know in plenty of time to make plans. I'd love a Saturday evening kickoff, can get on the piss from Friday night, go home Wednesday. I think we're planning to have a curry after, or maybe before. But we'll see.
That's nice.
Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to see everyone and meet everybody. Another big game. I'm not going to lie and say I watched this game. I saw none of this game. All I saw was the result and Terry on the football terrace crying after. Did you happen to see any of it, Chang? Did you watch the game or see highlights or anything?
I saw the last half hour of it live on the telly when I had to wake up to care for my daughter who woke up in the middle of the night with a mild fever on a late Saturday night. So whilst getting her to go back to sleep, I was able to watch the last half hour, and I would say that Manchester United were very lucky to even get that Harry Maguire equalizer. I believe it was the 87th or 88th minute. I can't really remember when it was, but it was towards the end of the game. Harry Maguire had that equalizer, and it looked like Manchester United were going to pull another rabbit out of their hats at Old Trafford and go on and win the match the same way they did against Wolves, rather undeservedly. But surprise, surprise, Fulham broke from a corner or a throw in late on in the game. And who else but Harry Maguire himself not covering himself in glory by that missed time challenge that led to the Fulham counter attack that led to them scoring. And those it was one of those goals where I am thankful that we have Vicario in goal, not Onana, not Robert Sanchez, not David Raya, but Vicario, because that was arguably a savable shot to save. If Onana had only dived rather than trying to just stand his line and try to cover all the angles, but he didn't cover himself in glory either. And how satisfying it was to finally see Manchester United lose at home at Old Trafford and just give us that little breathing space,
Yeah.
challenging Aston Villa now for fourth. Because I wouldn't lie to you, Mrs. Boxer. I myself was worried that Manchester United would be level on points with us the way after we had dropped points at home against Wolverhampton Wanderers. So maybe, just maybe, this is that big boost we need. This is hopefully a turning point for us. Nothing nothing short of 3 points will do this weekend for us against Crystal Palace. Make no mistake about it. I doubt it that Manchester United are going to uh, lose
Well,
again the same way they did
Manchester
against
City
Fulham,
away
not at
this
home
weekend.
anyway. So
They've got Man City, haven't they,
yes,
away this
correct,
weekend? Yeah.
exactly, exactly.
Mm.
So mm, yes, they do. Yes, they do. So hopefully things go our way again this weekend. Hopefully the boys will turn up against Crystal Palace. Hopefully we'll see a lot more from Big Ange and his coveted Ange ball. But what a relief it is to see Manchester United lose at home to the likes of Fulham.
Mm-hmm. Was it a last? I mean, Daniel E says that the ending to this United game is why I love football. Did it all happen late on in the game? Like, so I didn't see any of it.
Yes, it happened very, very late on in the game.
Ah,
The Harry Maguire equalizer that then led to more added time, and then in that added time, Fulham themselves got that late breakaway that resulted in their winning goal, which was so deserved for them. If you were to look at the statistics as to how on top they were for most periods of the game, and you really have to feel for the likes of Luton Town, who themselves actually outplayed Manchester United in
yep.
more ways than one compared to Fulham, but they themselves got nothing out of the game. So this was a defeat long in the making for Manchester United. Don't get it twisted. Any of the Manchester United fans watching this right now, either live or on playback, Manchester United were just papering over the cracks with those lucky results that they got against Wolverhampton Wanderers and also Luton Town. So this was a defeat long in the making for United.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I mean, we like to say we needed it. We needed them to drop points this weekend, and then of course there was the Man City game. I did see this game. I don't know what it is with City this year. I know nobody should ever write City off ever because they can change it, but they just something looks like it's missing with me with City. I thought it was quite a flattering scoreline for Bournemouth. I thought City were the better team, but I don't know. I don't know if it's me. I just don't think they look the scary City that we all know.
I know I know where you're coming from with this, and I would say the one big missing key component or the one big player that they are missing right now is actually Gundogan.
Yeah,
Ilkay Gundogan, who has gone to Barcelona, he is the big miss. Although they still have the likes of Kevin De Bruyne to fall back to if all goes sideways for them. He's the ever reliant, ever dependable midfielder that has been true and true with it all over at Man City, and he is going to be a very, very vital key component to their late title challenge at the end of the season for Manchester City.
yeah. Yeah, I think you're probably right, and I suppose in a way it's a good sign for Man City that they're not playing great and they're not looking dangerous and they're still winning. That's what brilliant teams do, and City have got the know-how to go on a run and not lose another point. So, um, I've just seen Joey Barton write in the chat. If we lose at home to Palace after that Wolves debacle, Ange can do one. And Potato Stew said, I agree. Haha, but I agree we have to beat Palace. I kind of get, I'm not Ange out at all, but this is a must win game. We cannot afford to drop a point in this game. Draw, no, not good enough. We have got to win this game. Do you see us bouncing back and getting a good result against Palace, Chang? I mean, they're bang out of form at the minute.
I really do hope so. I really, really hope so for all our sakes, for Daniel Levy's sake, for Ange Postecoglou's sake, and for everyone else who's going to be in attendance this Saturday against Crystal Palace. I really hope we do turn it around because the one very frustrating thing for me, I don't know how you saw it on the telly, Mrs. Boxer, but from where I saw it here in Southeast Asia, when I saw the players play in the first half, apart from the first 10 minutes, in the first half, for the remaining 35 or half hour or so for the first half, it looks like the players themselves wasn't fully familiar with the big Ange system. It will
Mm-hmm.
appear that a few of the players were just deadline day signings in the January transfer window, and they were just only getting to grips with the Ange ball and playing with each other for the very first time since signing on for the club. That's how I saw it. That's how disjointed and just how disorganized as an overall as to how we played in the first half. And again, I believe last week, even before we played, no, sorry, not last week, the previous week, before we played Palace, I was on a stream with you with Jimbo and I believe Queen Ellie as well when I was saying that I really do hope we cut out with all these unforced errors that are
Mm-hmm.
just giving away unnecessary opportunities and leaking goals. And again, against Wolverhampton Wanderers, a needless corner, a needless corner that Richarlison gave away led to a free header uh, in the first half that led to the corner that Wolves scored from, and then the second half, a Spurs corner that wasn't covered, that wasn't tracked back and defended properly, which then led to them counter-attacking and led to their second and winning goal in the second half. And if we are to get anything against Palace this weekend, we really have to cut out of these mistakes. Enough of the back passes, the unnecessary free kicks or corner kicks or uh, dead balls that we are giving away to the opposition for them to score at will. Because other than maybe Manchester City at home or even Brighton away, we haven't really played badly. We haven't really been played out of the park, if that makes any sense to you. Like, if you were to look at the statistics against Wolverhampton Wanderers, we had 70% of the possession.
Mm-hmm.
That's telling you that we had possession, we had most of the ball, but we weren't doing anything with it. And why that is such, why are we playing this way, especially at home, just boggles the mind, especially after all these players returning from their international duties. Sun Heung-min, Papen Rapasar, Bissouma, we have Bentancur back from injury, we have Madison back from injury. So there is no excuse why there should be a sudden drop off in form or why all of a sudden Ange ball doesn't work anymore. when we don't have our main fullbacks, Udogi and Poro, in the starting 11. I really do hope that we do turn things around. I really hope that there is more end product. There is more final ball in the final third that Richarlison or Timo Werner or Kulusevski or even club captain Song Min can get at the end of and tuck away a chance or two, because we have to win against Crystal Palace this weekend. Make no mistake about it. Our top four credentials rest very, very heavily on this fourth and final uh, home league game.
Yeah, yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, Ben does not think we're going to beat Palace. He says we will not beat Palace, which he said they're a physical side who are good at set pieces. They will score. I agree with that. However, we should have enough to beat them. Daniel says if he loses against Palace at home when we're supposed to be making it hard for teams to come to our ground and get a result, questions will have to be asked. I think questions will be asked, Chang. I really do. Even though it's his first season, even though it's only literally been months, I think questions will be asked if we don't perform and we don't get a result against Palace at the weekend. After the start we had, Villa, I think Luton are quite capable of getting something at home to Villa. Manchester United, I don't see getting anything away to Manchester City. So potentially, if we win our game in hand and our next game, we'll be above Villa and comfortably above Man United. And really, there's no reason that shouldn't happen. But Tottenham, you just don't know what you're going to get. I mean, I think Udogi's available. Nothing's been confirmed yet. I think Udogi and Porro are both available, but we won't know probably. I don't know. I suppose it'll be the end of the week. But I think Angie's under a bit of pressure in this game. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what you think, Chang. Am I being a bit over dramatic, or do you think there will be questions asked if we fail to beat Palace this weekend?
There definitely is pressure. There definitely is going to be pressure on Big Ange this coming weekend, because Wolverhampton Wanderers at home should have been winnable. Make no mistake about it. If there was one game that Big Ange really would like to put to rights, seeing as how we lost very disappointingly away at Molineux to Wolverhampton Wanderers earlier this season, after leading that game for most part with a very early Brennan Johnson debut goal. That was really disappointing to lose away at Wolves, and I was really hoping that result would be put to rights last Saturday, but that wasn't to be so. So this coming weekend, Big Ange has absolutely no more excuses to give if we don't get a result against Crystal Palace at home. Although I know that it's going to be a big ask, especially now that it's been confirmed that Roy Hodgson will no longer be in charge of Crystal Palace, and this is what I'm afraid of teams that have that new manager bounce, or that new manager sort of uh, what do you call this? A sort of a platform for them to build on when
Yeah,
players are trying to play out of their skins for the new manager, so that this new manager sits up and take notice of who is his better performers that he can rely on from between now until the end of the season. So the new manager bounce is what I'm more afraid of, actually, when we play Crystal Palace this weekend. And Big Ange really has to get his act together, get the squad playing Ange ball again, and really uh, hurting the opposition where it counts and where it matters this Saturday.
yeah. I mean, I think people are putting pressure on a team who's learning the system and a manager who said it will take time. People's expectations have gone sky high. I completely get that. However, I expect a certain level. I expect Tottenham to be beating the likes of Wolves, Palace, Sheffield United, Luton, all these teams at home. I expect us to be winning that, whether we're learning the system or not, because we're much better than these teams. I do feel like we've taken one step forward and three steps back over the last few weeks. I'm not having a panic about it, but at the same time, questions do have to be asked, I think, when you notice that much of a drop off from everyone. I mean, we've been saying, oh, we had Van der Ven and Romero out for all that time as a pairing. Now we've got them back, and our defence looks shambolic at times, you know. And up front, Sonny not been great. Werner, I don't think he's good enough. Johnson, I don't think he's good enough. Richarlison, I don't think he's good enough. I'm I don't know how to word it, because I don't want to say, I don't want to be reactionary, but I am a little bit concerned. That's the only way I can put it. I am concerned when I watch
As
us
am
play.
I. As I am.
Yeah. I think it's not about being Ange out. I think I could see what he was trying to do and his philosophy, and I'm losing that ability to see it sometimes. It just looks a bit shambolic on the pitch at times. I don't know if you agree or if I'm being overly
The
harsh.
system works. Make no mistake about it. The Ange ball system under Big Ange works. It's just the players that he has at his disposal and the players that were brought in before him, before his time, that is making all the difference now. If we are to be serious title contenders or even top four regulars beyond this season, we need serious upgrades on the likes of a Richarlison, on Timo Werner, on even players like a Højbjerg, Oliver Skip, even Bissouma to a certain extent if Bentancur is supposed to be our regular number 6 in that midfield tree. So I know it still is a work in progress, and if there is one final redemption arc for Daniel Levy as a Tottenham chairman, this summer, especially with the Euros coming up, and especially with Chelsea themselves looking to bolster the squad following their very disappointing League Cup loss, this summer, more than any other summer, we really have to bolster the squad, and Daniel Levy has to step up with the summer signings even now, even before the end of this season, before the summer transfer window opens. He really needs to get his targets right. We have to be first to the signings. We have to be first to all the target signings that we want this summer, because we have seen it firsthand during the January transfer window when we went after Dragushin. He was nearly gazumped at the last minute by Bayern Munich. Thankfully, that didn't happen. And Lucas Bergvall, he was coveted by Barcelona, and thankfully he came to us. So there is something to look forward there as well. But this coming summer, Daniel Levy really has
to back him. I think that's what Chang was going to say. Has to back him. Big up, Mr. Daigle. Hope you're well, darling. Good to see you. Good to see you as always. And Nick as well. Big up to you. Hope you're well, lovey. He says we need a minimum of 8 homegrown players. This is the current list: Brandon Austin, Ben Davies, Fraser Forster, Brennan Johnson, James Maddison, Sessegnon, Skip, Whiteman. I think I'd only keep James Maddison out of that lot. I'm not going to lie. That's a real pile of poo. Sorry, Chang. I don't know what happened.
sorry. I need to apologize to all the viewers right now, while either watching live or on playback. I'm very sorry for my very bad connection today, this evening. The storm outside is raining cats and dogs in biblical proportions right now. So please bear with me and my Wi-Fi while I try to ride out this storm and this current episode.
It's not been that bad, Chang. It's only been a couple of drops. So I think Joey Barton's right. I think Levy just did it because he heard you keep mentioning his name, saying he's got to back the manager, and he thought, I ain't having this. Let's get rid of Chang. He's dropping me in it. But yeah, I mean, it's hard because the manager is the one that's going to take the stick, and I think Ben's right in the fact that we can't really judge him till he's had a full season. But if he doesn't get backed, he's just going to end up getting sacked like all the others, I think. No need to apologise, Chang. These things happen. Sessegnon is done. His career's over. He'll have to retire due to chronic injuries. I know. I did feel sorry for him. I moan about him, but that statement he released on Instagram I thought was so sad. On a human level, terrible for the guy. He just can't catch a break at all. Big up Niall. Don't forget, this is what is up for grabs tomorrow. There will be a live draw during the 1 o'clock show with me and Jimbo. So make sure you are here. Wherever you are in the world, this will be shipped to you. If you're lucky enough to win. Nick, Jim and I are going to the North London Derby. Hope we see you. Hope we see you there. She's not my daughter, Niall. She was my niece. She was on my niece. It was her birthday on Thursday. So, yeah, not my daughter, my niece. Big up DJ Samuel for the super sticker. Thank you so much. I don't know what it is. Let me have a look what it is. What's your score prediction then for the Palace game, Chang? Oh, fist pump. I like
I'm going
it.
to stick with my talk and ball prediction of 2-1. It's going to be a very tightly contested affair. This Saturday, I am hoping the likes of either Richarlison or Son Heung-min register their first goals of February. And I wouldn't be surprised if we do concede again in the first half and get packed back only to come back roaring in the second half, which is why we are reverting to type as a second half FC from the Conte days, but that's just me. The likes of Kulusevski, Brennan Johnson, Timo Werner, and even Madison have to step up greatly and massively at this juncture of the season. Make no mistake about that. And if we are to get anything from this game, it's going to be us having to outscore the opposition once again. Although I do want to highlight that the loss to Wolves also resulted, or rather, it did profited a goal for us in which we have not failed to score a league goal yet this season. So I hope that remains the same. I hope that remains from now to the end of the season. But if we are to get anything at home against Crystal Palace this weekend, we have to outscore them. There is no other way about it. So it's a 2-1 scrappy win for us, and I'm hoping Richarlison or Son scores one of the goals, and maybe Kulusevski, Johnson, or Timo Werner to get the other goal for us.
I don't know if they're going to have Elise and what's the other guy for them? I can't think of his name. The two really good players for Palace that have been injured. I'm not sure if they're back.
Ezekiel? Is it Ezekiel?
Eze,
Ezekiel.
yeah.
Is it Ezekiel? Or are you thinking of Saha? Wilfred
No, I was
Zaha.
thinking of
Ezekiel, yep.
Eze and Elise. I'm not sure if they're back. If they're back, I'm going to go for a draw. If they're not, I will go for a Tottenham win. So I'll have to see if they're back. Tottenham's 3-1. Congrats again, Bobby, on your boy. Jim's really batting a lot of pain with his arm. My sister's got a pool table and we played quite a lot of pool and now he's suffering, the silly arse. Excuses United. If this team can't make top four, there's no guarantee that buying more quality players will change things. I want to trust Ange to change things, but I'm not convinced. I think it's fair to say you're not convinced. I think that's perfectly fair. Oh my God, why didn't you see that? Yeah, there are some special emojis there just for this channel. I'm glad you spotted them. Big up to you from Thailand. Nice to see you. 1-0 like last season. Big up Talking Beer. Good to see you. Bobby Casey by so who won at pool, you or Jimbo? I don't know. We come out about level, I think. We had like a round robin, but with my bad back and my bad neck, I was like this after. Jim was like that. It was like the walking wounded. We kind of drew, I think, in total, but he's resting today. Oh, here is a 50% chance Elise won't be available. Okay, so I'm going to do Spurs to win 2-1. I think it'll be another tight game. I'd love to. Wouldn't it be nice, Chang, to sit down and watch Tottenham win 4-0? No breaking out in a sweat, just easy peasy. Wouldn't that be lovely? It just doesn't happen that way. This is why I've got grey hair. This is what it is. Spurs. So yeah, we will see what happens. Poor Chang's in the middle of an absolute thunderstorm. What's Mia put here? You and Jim pool table, I hear. Yeah, there was none of that. My niece and nephew were there. None of that old malarkey. Wasn't it was thought about, but it didn't happen. Don't worry, Chang. It's fine. It's fine. Do not worry at all. When can we find you next, Chang? Because it's almost Ben time.
Okay, so I'm expected to be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. On a Wednesday with Miss Ash over in Talk and Ball, our
Yeah.
Asian takeover of Talk and Ball on Wednesdays. So I'm going to be appearing next tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. With Miss Ash over in Talk and Ball. Other than that, me and Mr. Eugene of Spursration TV, we are looking to do another weekend preview show for all the upcoming fixtures this coming weekend. Hope now that Mr. Eugene has shifted his residences, and I'm doing the co-hosting for him over at Spursvision TV. So that's when I'll be appearing next. But when and where that's going to happen, I will announce it hopefully by tomorrow. When I do the Asian takeover of Talk and Ball with Miss Ash. So yeah, these are the next two appearances that I'll be doing, which is tomorrow, 11 a.m. with Miss Ash over at Talk and Ball, and also the coming weekends preview shows of the Premier League fixtures with Eugene on Spursvision TV.
Excellent. And then you'll be back with us next Monday at 12:30 for the recap again. So yeah, I have set up a redirection to Ben, so please do not go anywhere because you'll get automatically redirected. I am back tomorrow at 1:00 with Jimbo, and we will be doing the members draw. And then Thursday, we've got the start of our new show, Me and the Media, which is a queries and theories. I'm not actually sure what we're covering. We might be talking about accents this week. But we've got all sorts. We've got the moon landing to cover. We've got aliens. We've got dinosaurs. We've got evolution. We've got, do you know, there's claims that there's no such place as Australia and it's a made up place. Honestly, and Finland. We've got all these things to talk about. So that starts on Thursday at 12:30. But yeah, tomorrow, make sure you join me here at 1:00 tomorrow with Jimbo. Don't forget to watch Chang on his show tomorrow with Ash at 11:00 on Talkable Coal. And also, they've got their member show at 4:00 today. So, yeah. Stoked for the show of Amelia. Yes, you will love my niece. She is absolutely stunningly beautiful, but she is hilarious as well. So she's got the lot. Yeah, apparently so, Joey. Apparently there's no such place as Australia. Can you believe it? I don't actually know where David Shear lives because apparently there isn't an Australia, but we will delve into that on one of our shows. Chang, always a pleasure having you with me. Always good to talk to you. Chang, like I said, we'll be back on Monday. It's going to be our new show. It was only today because we travelled yesterday. But yeah, anything you want to say before we go, Chang? Any last comments? No. Yep. No. Yep.
Come on, you Spurs! Come on, you Spurs! Support Big Ange, back the boys, and let's get back to winning ways this Saturday.
Exactly that. Big up Nathan for 3 super chats. You're too kind. For DJ Samuel for his super sticker, and for Couva Bear for giving out 5 members. Also, DJ Samuel as well for being a member for a month, and Ty Garo for joining again. So yes, join us tomorrow live at 1 for for the live draw. Sorry, I was reading this. Love the show, Kate. Big up Chang, apart from the United slander. Yes, Ange is officially the voice of calm in the storm. That's our Chang. Have a great day, everyone. Head on over to Ben's now, and yeah, come on, you Spurs. Let's hope that we get 3 points on Saturday. Enjoy your day, and see you tomorrow. Come on, you Spurs.
Cut.